Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your SmackDown spoilers and WWE main event. Spoilers. Happy birthday goes to Michael P.S. Hayes, sir, 57 years old on today, being Tuesday. Here's a preview of JBL with Michael Hayes, which will debut on the WWE Network today. Luke Harper has successfully undergone knee surgery. For your update, Harper was injured in a dark match main event of last week's Raw, which took place in Philadelphia. Brian Quinn and Sal Volcano of Impractical Jokers were backstage at Raw last night. Show you a couple of pictures of them. Well, you can go to the link catch pictures as well. Twitter.com. And one of the great to meet at Sal Volcano and at BQ Quinn. Awesome show. Hashtag Impractical Jokers. Hashtag Raw Brooklyn. At WWE. At WWE_Mex. At WrestleMania. Best case on the Mondays. Cheesing with the Impractical Jokers, Raw Brooklyn. Thank you. At Sal Volcano and BQ Quinn. Again, showing you the pictures. The Wyatt family. Eric Rowan, Bray Wyatt, and Braun Strowman rang the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange on Tuesday morning. And show you a picture of that. Thanks to WWE.com. We'll post a picture. Gimmick Tree Entertainment has issued an announcement that James Storm will be unable to appear at WrestleCon due to an unavoidable scheduling conflict. The company said that refunds will be issued for meet and greet pre-sale tickets available by contacting the company by their Facebook. The announcement also noted a makeup appearance for Storm at April 16th and the Icons of Wrestling and Comic Book Collector Fest in Philadelphia. Jerry the King Lawler recently appeared on Talk is Jericho, and here are the highlights. On meeting Jerry Seinfeld, I go down and here I am, backstage, and all of a sudden, here comes Jerry Seinfeld and his road manager walking in, and he was just so fascinated by Andy Kaufman, Kaufman's foray into pro wrestling, and after we had spent like an hour with him, my girlfriend at the time says, I can't believe we got to meet Jerry Seinfeld, and you did all the talking. I said, well, that's why we got to meet him, because he wanted to hear about Andy. And he was so fascinated with Andy Kaufman and that story. Yeah, he wanted to know exactly how the David Letterman show came about, and how we did the match, and how that all came about. On his heart attack on air, he comments about, a lot of people say, oh, you're blaming Dolph or whatever. I mean, I certainly don't at all. Lawler added, my cardiologist said that it could have been caused by, I just had gotten 10 elbow drops from Dolph in that match. And you know Dolph, when he does those elbow drops, I swear, this is no lie. This is one of the few things that I do remember. I remember on about number 5, I was laying there. I was thinking, damn, whatever happened to the days we used to do this and not kill each other? And sure enough, later on I died. 5 elbow drops, later I'm dead. But what the doctor said, what could have happened was the impact of that could have knocked my heart off rhythm a little bit, and then took a little bit, 10 minutes, a little bit more, a little bit more, and then a little bit more. And then 10 minutes later, I'm sitting over there at the desk. It just seized up and stopped. Then he comments on being a heel commenter. Now, I'm sort of starting to do the heel commentary thing again. And I worry because sometimes guys really get their feelings hurt. Big Show, big time. I've got to be real careful about what you say about Big Show. He gets his feeling hurt real easy. And so a lot of these guys, I worry that they won't realize, hey, come on, it's show business. Team Total Divas versus Team Bad and Blonde is now official for WrestleMania 32 with Natalia Paige, Alicia Fox, Brie Bella, and Eva Marie versus Lana, Tamina Snuka, Naomi, Emma, and Summer Rae. This match will take place on the kickoff pre-show, along with the Usos versus the Dudleys and the 20-man Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. TNA issued the following press release on Tuesday to announce their deal with Fight Network. Fight Network, the world's premier 24/7 multi-platform channel dedicated to complete coverage of combat sports and TNA Entertainment, announced today that they have entered into a comprehensive content partnership to seize a global digital audience for fight-based content. Fight Network's over-the-top app, available on digital platform, will become the global home for TNA wrestling content. Starting in the second quarter of this year, Fight Network and TNA Wrestling will collaborate to produce digital content and will also partner on cross-promotion and joint sale efforts in global markets, as well as in the United States and Canada. Fight Network's OTT app is available. It's called Over the Top OTT. Available on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Verizon Go 90, Layer 3, and Cloud TV. Fight Network is currently the home of TNA wrestling programming in Canada, including its 2-hour flagship weekly program, Impact Wrestling, TNA's Wrestling Greatest Matches, and TNA Explosion. Fight Network will now also air select TNA Wrestling Archive programming on its linear channels in select U.S. markets and in over 30 countries across Europe, Africa, and the Middle East, where Fight Network currently broadcasts. As a TNA broadcasting partner, we see the quality of the content, the viewer reaction, and the potential to bring great programming to the world, said Lesnar Asper, CEO of Anthem Sports and Entertainment Corp. Our global OTT service, now available on several platforms, will be immeasurably strengthened by its partnership, and we see this as just the first step in building global fight-themed destination channel together. Our enhanced partnership with Fight Network to deliver new and archive content through linear and over-the-top platforms, as well as to bring TNA programming to new and emerging markets around the world, is a significant step in that execution of TNA's strategic plan, said TNA President Dixie Carter. Fans are hungry for easily accessible content they can view on demand. And come this summer, the action of TNA Impact Wrestling will be more available than ever. For more info on the Fight Network OTT, visit FightNetwork.com. TNA has been in relatively serious talks about a potential investor. Apparently, the investor is interested in buying in now. However, they want to own 55% of the company. But TNA President Dixie Carter reportedly does not want to give up the majority ownership of TNA to the investor. WWE Studios has posted a new picture on Twitter of a new Scooby-Doo Curse of the Speed Demon. Show you the picture of that. And look on the cover. It's got Triple H. It's got Paige. And it's got none other than Vince McMahon and Undertaker. Nikki Bella was originally scheduled to appear on Monday's episode of Raw, but never appeared. She was backstage, as well as John Cena. Pro Wrestling Sheets reports that the reason she did not appear on the show was because doctors informed her that if she took any bumps on the show, it would set her recovery back. Nikki has also been told by her doctors that a full-time ring return would never be possible based on the severity of her injury, as she's still wearing a neck brace. Bella will meet with the doctors in July for a CAT scan to see if the bone in her neck has fused. Bella is hoped to return to WWE TV in a part-time role if the surgery is a success. During an interview with Miami Herald, WWE announcer Renee Young was asked about the possibility of her stepping into the ring one day. I'd definitely be open to the idea of doing a storyline in some capacity. I think it would be so fun to jump in there and do something like that. If that opportunity came along, I would go with it. But I think WWE has other things in mind for me, as Renee said. Check out the full interview at MiamiHerald.com. This link as well. Partial source of the following news, PWSinsider.com. It appears that Luke Harper will be out of action for quite a while. Harper's knee surgery was a success, but he suffered on Monday's dark match after all. It was worse than expected. He's supposed to be out for 5 to 6 months, and there was talk that he may have suffered a torn ACL, but surgery was a success. As it's the word of Harper's injury and new time frame has been making the rounds at the house show at Madison Square Garden. And I think later in this video, AJ Styles posted somebody posted a picture of AJ Styles' debut at Madison Square Garden. Money in the Bank has an official date and location now. T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas is now being advertised for the pay-per-view for June 19th. Two-Man Power Trip Wrestling Podcast had Rene Dupree sharing his personal feelings about Triple H, patching up things with his former La Resistance partner, and more. Here are highlights of patching things up with Savon Grenier. It's cool. After my last podcast, when I listened to it back when I said, it's time to grow up. There are fans out there that want to see me and Sly at these conventions, so I actually called him as a man, and I apologize for the things that happened in the past, and me and him are back together. We've got a few bookings at signings and conventions now, and we'll get out there and again. I think he called Rob Conway right away because he couldn't believe it, because they were trying for years. And I was a stubborn a-hole. And the first step is admitting you have a problem. And when you are wrong, you promptly admit it. And you know what? It's time to grow up. You can't change the past, but you can make the future better. And that is what I am going to do. You only have one life to live, and you have to enjoy it. Then he comments on his personal feelings about Triple H. Well, I could torch the bridge on this one. Could not. I'll tell you a story. I was walking backstage one day, and there were two sisters that were seamstresses that have been there forever, and their names are Julie and Terry. So Terry said, "Hey, we need to take your measurement," and I asked if they were making me an outfit, and she said, "That's what the office needs them to take everyone's measurements." So her eyes get as big as saucers, and she says, "Oh my God, Renee, you are bigger than Hunter, and we can't have this." So she literally wrote 2 or 3 inches less, so Hunter would be bigger than me. That's the mentality that you have to deal with. You think I am BSing you? I am not. I talked to my mentor, Rip Rogers, who told me that it's always been that way. And I say, well, that's just stupid. A lot of people don't like him, Triple H being Triple H, but he's living his dream. He's getting to hang out with the rock stars and work out every night with dudes. And whoever the heck wouldn't want to hit Stephanie McMahon. He's got 3 beautiful daughters that are healthy, and the guy makes millions of dollars a year. Most guys that hate on him are just an envy. Envy is a sin, and I try to avoid being a sinner. So he's cleaned up his life a little bit more. And he comments on if he has the WWE Network, and if the WWE Network royalty argument is valid. No, I don't. And I wish they would pay me for the WWE Network, because I think everyone who is on it should get some type of royalty off that. Because I guess you are still part of the company in some way. They are showing your stuff. But at the same time, they say that nobody watches the old stuff. Well, take off all the old stuff and watch your subscriber count drop within 6 months. You know, there is a lawsuit coming from that as well. They are being sued by everybody. They are being sued with the concussion lawsuit. The guys with the royalties are also the investors. Remember when they lost like $400 million in one day? They pissed off a bunch of people, and a bunch of investors are also suing them too. On if he's been contacted about the lawsuit, I cannot confirm or deny. I plead the fifth, and laughs. On if WWE forced Daniel Bryan to retire, you never know. I think the fact that they are being sued has a big part to do with it, and I'd like to get that test too. I worked there for years, and I took chair shots to the head and was knocked out. And they were very well aware of. Why can't I get that test? I actually emailed them about it. I never heard back because, yes, I have a free healthcare up here in Canada, but we don't have the advanced technology that Americans do. You pay out the arse, put it nicely for that, for good healthcare, but you get quality. I have a neurological exam coming up, but we don't have the machines that you do. A lot of guys would probably want you to have the same thing. Could you please give me these tests and see if there is anything wrong up there? I'm showing all the symptoms and have been for years. Whatever, in due time. On if he follows the current product, it doesn't matter. WWE, the brand, is the future face of the company. They're going to draw one of the biggest audiences in history of WrestleMania. And if Cena is on the card, no. And they don't need him. Look at who Undertaker is wrestling. It doesn't matter. A kid. Doesn't matter. WrestleMania is the draw. WWE is the draw. You can break it down and say, well, the Cena tour draws much, but brother, after 2 or 3 years, they have seen your act and you're on so much television now. They've seen your act and it's old news quick. If nobody ever saw another "you can't see me" ever again, I don't think they will care because they are ready for something new. During his Brock Lesnar was on SportsCenter this morning talking about his past substance abuse problems as well as many other topics. Brock mentioned that during the end of his first run with WWE, his two best friends were vodka and Vicodin. Brock said that he had to leave WWE to save his life and felt like a caged animal. So he took a break, and you can go to these two links here. I think they're two separate ones. Part 1, Part 2. I didn't look at them. And like I said, you can check on the footage from his appearance on SportsCenter. Japanese website reports that Funaki will be doing commentary and translation for the WrestleMania 32, the Hall of Fame ceremony, and the NXT TakeOver. Dallas on the Japanese WWE Network. Vader's social media accounts reportedly got hacked by his ex. Pro Wrestling Sheet reports that inappropriate picture of Vader was posted to his social media account. It was quickly removed, and WWE alumni said that it was from his ex-girlfriend who was angry with him. The Barclays Center is listing this year's SummerSlam event with a start time of 6:30 p.m. This is an indication that the show will be 4 hours long. The event will be held on August 21st in Brooklyn. The Ticketmaster presale begins at 11 with the passcode WWE SummerSlam. WWE has officially hired 27-year-old TV host Kathy Kelly, known to wrestling fans from her gigs on AfterBuzz TV's recap shows. I noted back in February that she was believed to be signing. Well, she actually did. And she posted the following video from AT&T Stadium in Dallas. and says that she will be providing WrestleMania 32 updates on WWE social media all week. Many WWE talents and crew members arrived in Dallas for WWE for WrestleMania 32 this week. Sheamus tweeted a photo of Alberto Del Rio, Ric Flair, and Sheamus. Go to the picture, you can see that on his Twitter account. Velvet Sky's TNA contract is set to expire in the next 3 to 4 weeks. According to PW Insider, it will be interesting to see if Velvet leaves the company, as she has been the top merchandise seller for several years. Noted before, already told you about Angelina Love's contract already expired during her pregnancy, and she's now a free agent. And her actor boyfriend, currently injured, Velvet's current boyfriend is Bubba Ray Dudley, already in WWE, so we could possibly see her, the both beautiful people, joining real soon. Possibly by the summertime. Johnny Crow attended the Raw in New York. Has posted the main event TV spoilers for this week. 2 matches. Ryback defeated Fandango. Nothing special. Manny Goldberg chants. Well, there was only 1 match done. So you'll probably get hyped for WrestleMania. Second report. Thanks to Ryan Clark. Ryback defeated Fandango. Nothing more than that. Expect lots of WrestleMania 32 video packages. And that was about it. First report for SmackDown. Thanks to Johnny Crow from Brooklyn, New York. AJ Styles defeated Heath Slater. A good match with some really good, cool spots. Brooklyn loves AJ. Devon Dudley defeated Jey Uso. I've seen better from these two. Jimmy Uso and Bubba Ray Dudley got into it at ringside at the end of the match. Dean Ambrose defeated Eric Rowan. I missed most of the match due to issues at the food stand, being that they ran out of food. But the ending was good. Spoiler number 2. SmackDown kicked off with an in-ring promo from the Social Outcasts. AJ Styles defeated Heath Slater. Devon Dudley defeated Jey Uso. Dean Ambrose defeated Eric Rowan. Third results from spoilers from Mark Middleton. WWE taped a few SmackDown matches before Raw in Brooklyn. They will air this coming Thursday. Since they're having WrestleMania access, Social Outcasts come out for a promo. AJ Styles defeated Heath Slater with a phenomenal forearm. Devon Dudley defeated Jimmy Uso. Dean Ambrose defeated Eric Rowan with their dirty deeds in the main event. Rowan was out by himself with no one else from the Wyatt family, by the way. And that concludes my video for this week. Spoilers, what have you. So, see you one of you. By the way, if you don't know, just call me brothers and sisters.